Happy Friday, Columbus! All right, let's hear you. I'm going to do it one more time. Good morning, Columbus! All right. Can we give a big clap to Mr. Russo? His dance moves were awesome. Let's give him a clap. Clap, yeah? Oh, come on, you guys are nicer than that. All right. How many of you would like to see your teachers in a dance competition? Yeah? Make some noise if you want to see your teachers in a dance competition. All right. The good news for teachers, it's not going to be today. All right? The bad news is we appreciate student voice, and they've spoken. So, as a leader, I think I might have to accommodate. All jokes aside, happy Friday, everyone. And I'm going to turn it over to Mrs. Vega for our Student of the Month Assembly.
Let's hear it for our March winners. All right, my friends, March's character trait was integrity. And as I said every morning, let me see a zero. Let me hear a zero. There we go. As I said every morning on the announcements, integrity shows how you behave when you feel welcome emotions and unwelcome emotions, and how you treat others when you feel this way. So our winners up here have shown a lot of integrity this month. So we're going to get started with our kindergarten winners. From Mrs. Naimi's class, Armand Thomas. From Mrs. Ronaldo's class, Sir Kaw. From Mrs. Zalznak's class, Sahi Duala. Noah. And from Miss Fricola's class, Onang Shar. Good job, kindergarten. Moving on to first grade, from Mrs. Menino's class, Philip Pastorelli. From Miss Warmouth's class, Serne Mu. From Mrs. Alicia's class, Camilla Durek. From Mrs. Elder's class, Isla Sabinovich. And from Miss Hardinez's class, Jesus Nunez Morla. Good job, first grade. Moving on to second grade, from Mrs. Caparo's class, Nasai Lawrence. From Mrs. Kalichi's class, Asil Wahib. From Miss Mush's class, Shalene Suba. From Mrs. Supa's class, Ronan Stevens. And from room 102, Noah Williams. Good job, second grade. Moving on to third grade from Mrs. Testa's class, Zana Vilik. From Mrs. Whiter's class, Valerie Saar. From Mrs. Williams' class, Billiandro Garabito. And from Mrs. McEwen's class, Zwell Mern Hine, who is absent today. Good job, third grade. Moving on to fourth grade from Mrs. Murphy's class, Marley Peniangua James. From Mrs. Jackson, Sarahi Iglesia Cuevas. From Mrs. Parada's class, Orchid Marvel. From Mrs. Gadara, Tyler Germaza. And from Miss Diaz, Aden Milkovich. Nice job, fourth grade.
Good job, fourth grade. Yeah, there we go. Let's go. Yeah.
Moving on to fifth grade from Miss Schaefer's class, Richard Pavia. From Miss Tobias's class, Sadine Amatasevich. From Mrs. Keller's class, Nur Shafika Binti Khair Ahmad. Bless you. From Mrs. Liberty's class, Itzel Guapa Dutan. Good job, fifth grade. Moving on to sixth grade from Mrs. Payne's class, Zenith Moo. From Mrs. Reban's class, Adina N. From Mrs. Frucci, Lele Say. From Mrs. Kopak, Adi Wa. Good job, sixth grade. Moving on to special area from music with Mrs. Larish, Terrell Williams. Art with Mrs. Vega, Jeremiah Tarver. Phys Ed with Mr. Caruso, D'Angelo Galloway. Library with Mr. Vega, Mary Moo. Phys Ed with Mr. Caswell, Josiah Butler. Good job, guys. From Mr. Perigliero, Emily Romero. From Mrs. Mills, Axel Plaza Diaz, who is absent today. From Miss Berg, Jaden Liriano. From Mrs. Lloyd, Natalia Rodriguez. From Mrs. Arcuri, Princess Lawrence. From Mrs. Galillo, John Mient. From Mrs. Brown, Annalie Alexander. And from Mrs. Banzer, Tyrene Cox. All right, my friends, let's hear one more really great round of applause for our March winners. All right, my friends, you can join your class. All right, my friends, we are gonna move on to our April character trait. But I gotta have a 0. Our character trait for April is honesty, and I have a little quote up here that says, honest hearts produce honest actions. Honesty implies a refusal to lie, steal, cheat, or deceive in any way. Honesty is integrity, which we just talked about, trustworthiness, and responsibility, which are also things we've talked about this year. Honesty is the moral strength to tell the truth. Being honest creates fairness and loyal friendships, as well as positive learning environments. We're gonna watch a couple videos.
In the quiet town of Willow Creek, Tommy sat in his room, a frown on his face as he pondered over his homework. Tommy was a boy who loved fun much more than facts and figures. That evening, at dinner, Tommy's parents asked about his school project. With a gulp, Tommy said he'd finished it, though he hadn't even started. The lie was easy, but it sat heavy in his stomach like uneaten dinner. The next day at school, Tommy's heart raced as he saw the project presentations today sign on the classroom door. His friends shared excited whispers about their projects, but Tommy felt a knot in his throat. When it was his turn, Tommy stood at the front, his hands empty, his mind racing. He saw the expectation in his classmates' eyes and the disappointment in his teacher's gentle gaze. After class, Tommy confessed the truth to his teacher. He spoke of his fear, his desire to play instead of work, and the lie that grew too big to carry. His teacher listened, his eyes kind but serious. Given a second chance, Tommy worked hard to make things right. He researched, he crafted, and he learned, not just about volcanoes, but also about honesty. His family celebrated his honesty and hard work with a chocolate cake as sweet as the truth. That night, Tommy felt lighter than he had in days, the burden of his lie replaced by the joy of integrity. Tommy learned that even though telling the truth can be hard, lies are heavier to carry. Honesty brings not only relief, but the pride of doing the right thing. Thank you for joining us on this exciting journey. If you enjoyed this video and want
Jasmine! Check it out. Cute. It looks like one of those wedding pictures.
This is free advice, where you tell me your problems and I try and fix them. Ever since I could speak, I've always had a genuine passion for helping people.
I would love some advice on how to make my students passionate about learning. I teach 10th and 11th grade.
Oh no, maybe you should go to elementary. I'm Adam, and I'm here to help. Today's episode is how to tell someone something that they may, well actually probably don't want to hear. Let's just get right into this. The first question comes from David Enriquez. I have a person I know who doesn't let other people finish talking and cuts them off mid-sentence. How does one manage not to strangle this person in his sleep? Maybe you should try and avoid him so that you don't strangle him in your sleep, because that's like a mandatory life sentence. How about do something called a compliment sandwich? Here's how it works. You tell him something nice. You tell him the information that has to be told, and then you end it off on a high note. For example, I would tell him, your opinions are very interesting, but I think if you let us talk, you can form better and more educated opinions. If we work on that together, we're all going to be much happier. Your honesty is the meat of the sandwich. And if you're vegan, like my teacher, you can substitute the meat for tofu. By the way, I think that we should treat animals with respect because they still feel pain and all that. Okay guys, this one is from Lisa Cleveland. Great last name. I work in a quiet office in a cubicle. Amazing. There's still quiet places in this world. And a coworker likes to clip her nails, personal beauty, and hum along to her music. So first of all, Lisa, honesty is always the best policy. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. You have to tell her how that noise makes you feel, and it allows her to have compassion for what you're going through. Also, you have to ask, what can I do to make your work life easier? By doing that, you can both work together to solve the problem. And if it goes well, maybe you go to the nail salon and get your nails painted and clipped. I really like the smell of nail polish. I don't know, I like that and gasoline. It's weird. Hopefully, I didn't come off as creepy. I love this question. I see people at my work using a handicapped/disabled button to go in and out of the building just because they are lazy. Hashtag pet peeve. I don't really see what's wrong with that. Because as long as it's not really affecting a handicapped person, there's really not much you can do. I mean, you can't stand there like a traffic cop. Hey, I have to write you up on this. Guys, I have to tell you something you may not want to hear, but I have to go for dinner. Bye. I'm coming, Mom.
So for our April mindfulness in the morning, our meditation is going to be our purpose in life. And positive affirmation is really easy this month. You guys are going to say it for me. The truth will set you free. Let me hear it. Nice job. Can I have my yoga girls come on up? This month we're going to work on hip flexors. And you guys can probably do this with us today because it's all done in a seated position. So maybe if you spread yourselves out just a touch, you could probably do this right now while the girls show you what to do. So if you want to spread out a little bit, you probably should have enough room to do this with them. Let's hear it for our yoga girls up here that volunteer so nicely every month. So we're going to start in a seated position for butterfly pose. You're going to put the soles of your feet together. So the soles of your feet are going to touch. Okay? And you can rest your elbows on your knees. And your legs can stretch going up and down like the wings of a butterfly. You guys want to try it? Go ahead and try it. I see a lot of my friends trying it. Good job. From here, we're going to move into a new pose. We haven't done this before. This one is called pigeon. So you're going to tuck one leg under you, and your other leg is going to go straight behind you, and your hands are going to go on the floor to help you balance and support your body weight. So if you guys want to try it, you can try it while you're sitting here. And then we're going to switch sides in pigeon. So we're going to come back to center, and we're going to do the opposite leg. Good job, girls. And our last pose for April is frog pose. So you're going to come up from this position on your hands and knees, and you're going to stretch out your hip muscles. Good job, girls. I see a lot of friends trying this out. It feels really nice to stretch out your hip muscles. I need a 0. Shh. Good job, you guys can stand up. So we're gonna work on those, and I'll talk you through it in the morning, how we're gonna get from one to the next. Good job, girls, thank you so much. So, before we finish up today, I want to introduce something that is going to be a new opportunity that Mr. White and I have been discussing the last couple of weeks. We're actually going to have here at Columbus, and I think that some of the other elementary schools are going to be doing this as well. We are going to have a step team here at Columbus, and we are going to open this up to boys and to girls. It's going to be an after-school program. It's going to be through grades K through 5. So any boy or girl in grades K through 5 is able to try and join the STEP team. It's actually going to be after schools, probably Wednesdays and then some Thursdays. So if you're available on those days, you can come and see me next week for a permission form, and your parents have to fill it out and bring it back to me if you want to join the STEP team. So a lot of you might be sitting here being like, Mrs. Fago, what is the STEP team? So I'm going to show you another elementary school. Shh, not in our district. It's in a different state. That has the STEP team, and they actually went to a competition with their team. And I want to show you a little video about what a STEP team is and what they do. something that you might want to do, come and see me next week for a permission form. And I have one more quick announcement. Spring break's in 20 days. Guys, thanks so much for being a great audience. Enjoy your long weekend, enjoy Eid, and happy Friday.